Imagine your daily grind, the morning coffee, the 9 to 5, the treadmill runs, the hours of Netflix and fleeting moments of thought before sleep takes you. It's a routine, a cycle, almost mechanical. Your life is a playlist of the mundane, stuck on loop. Then, a mysterious letter arrives. It bears no stamp, no return address, only your name written in your own handwriting. The message? You're destined to relive your life with all its ups and downs, over and over again, for all eternity. If this letter from some past self is in fact true, would it terrify or elate you? Would it change how you live and act today? In the annals of time, great thinkers have grappled with life's most profound questions, seeking purpose in the vastness of it all. From this exploration, a timeless principle stands out: Amor Fati, a deep-seated appreciation of the hand we're dealt. It's more than just navigating life's highs and lows. It's about wholeheartedly embracing them. Each setback, each triumph, each fleeting moment, they're not just passing scenes, but pivotal acts in our life's grand narrative. My formula for greatness in a human being is Amor Fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward in all eternity, not merely to bear what is necessary, but love it. Amor Fati translates to a love of one's fate or a genuine acceptance of the cards we're dealt. But this isn't a call to sit on the sidelines of our own story. It's an invitation to lean into our reality, recognizing that life unfolds with a rhythm all of its own, often beyond our control. Rooted in Stoic thought, Amor Fati isn't the passive surrender. It's a perspective that sees every twist and turn as an opportunity, a chance to derive meaning and growth, even in life's most challenging chapters. For the philosopher Fredereick Nietzsche, Amor Fati represents the affirmative attitude towards existence, where one doesn't merely tolerate or resign oneself to the events of life, but actively loves and cherishes them. Amor Fati isn't just a phrase, it's a mindset. It's the understanding that every twist and turn, even the painful ones, have their place in our story. Nietzsche positioned Amor Fati as the antidote to bitterness. Instead of holding on to grudges or dwelling on past misfortunes, we should lean into them, finding value even in adversity. Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will. Then your life will flow well. At its core, Nietzsche's message is clear. Live with fervor. Embrace every moment, every challenge with open arms. It's about radical acceptance, cherishing life without yearning for it to be anything other than it is. To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. Is your life faced with unexpected turns? Instead of trying to rewrite the past, adjust your perspective. This is similar to the Stoic practice of the Art of Acquiescence, which involves acknowledging the present rather than resisting it. When we accept what has happened, we are able to move forward more easily and effectively. Acquiescence is not surrender or weakness. It is a conscious decision to stop resisting the natural course of events, to stop swimming against the tide of life. We ought to become of like mind with God and to lay claim to the things that are in our control. But what is not in our control, we ought to entrust to the universe and gladly yield to it, whether it asks of our children, our country, our body, or anything whatsoever. The Stoics teach us that we have control over our opinions and judgments, and these are what truly matter. The external world might be beyond our control, but our response to it is entirely within our hands. Epictetus argued for gratitude paired with understanding, seeing events in their true light, and being grateful for the experience, whatever it may be. It is easy to praise Providence for anything that may happen if you have two qualities: a complete view of what has actually happened and a sense of gratitude. Without gratitude, what is the point of seeing? And without seeing, what is the object of gratitude? The art of acquiescence means welcoming life as it comes and finding a path to happiness and contentment through understanding and acceptance, rather than futile resistance. Time, as the Stoics saw it, is an eternal dance that moves not in a straight line, but in a circle. Every ending is a new beginning. Every silence precedes a song. They believed that because God is rational, he makes the same choices. So the world as we know it, with us in it, has existed before and will exist again. In this worldview, accepting and loving our fate, our own unique role in this eternal cycle, is a path to tranquility and wisdom. Things that vanish from our sight are merely stored away in the natural world. They cease to be, but they do not perish. The day will come again that will return us to the light. With this perspective, Stoics cultivated resilience. They saw life's challenges not as random mishaps, but as familiar steps in a cosmic dance that we are privileged to partake in. Other ancient civilizations, philosophies, and religions also see time as cyclical. There are even echoes of this concept in the Bible. What has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun. In the world of physics, the Poincaré Recurrence theorem suggests that given enough time, systems will return to their starting point. Imagine an apple left in a closed box. It would eventually decay and return to its fundamental particles. These particles, over eons, would shift through every possible arrangement due to the quirks of quantum mechanics. Given this vast stretch of time, there's a chance that all the apple's particles would theoretically go through every possible state and eventually realign. In other words, the original apple could return again. Within the concept of Amor Fati, Nietzsche used eternal recurrence as a thought experiment to help him understand how our individual will aligns with the will of the world. Though he later actually believed it as truth, the concept was created to battle the growing philosophy of nihilism, or the belief in nothingness. In the relentless rhythm of the routine, in the mundane tasks that fill our days, there's a hidden melody, a song of defiance and purpose. Albert Camus saw it in his essay, The Myth of Sisyphus, where he speaks of a mythical king who was punished for defying the gods. Sisyphus, in his endless task, in his unwavering spirit, was made to push a boulder up a mountain, only to see it roll back down again, and again, and again, for all eternity. Even what seems like a tragedy, Camus saw Sisyphus as the absurd hero, a man condemned to a pointless task, yet finding meaning nonetheless. The struggle itself towards the height is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. But how can Sisyphus be happy? Camus argues that it is Sisyphus's conscious acceptance of his fate, his rebellion against despair, that fills his heart and makes his life worth living. That he is content because he has accepted the futility of his situation. Even in the face of the absurd, of this seemingly meaningless, there's a purpose, a passion. In every repetition, in every routine, there's a chance for reflection, for growth, for transformation. There is so much stubborn hope in the human heart. Like Sisyphus, we're often faced with seemingly insurmountable challenges. Amor Fati teaches us to embrace these challenges, not as cruel punishments, but as opportunities for growth and contentment. This isn't about deluding ourselves into happiness, but a radical reimagining of our circumstances, much like Sisyphus. It's about choosing to love our fate, no matter how steep the mountain seems. It's about being okay with the way your life has played out thus far and embracing the moment currently in front of you. As Marcus Aurelius says, it's about objective judgment now at this very moment, unselfish action now at this very moment, willing acceptance now at this very moment of all external events. That's all you need. So, how will you start your own rebellion against despair? Watch our next video to conquer yourself and become the sage of your own life.